Hello, so welcome back to my channel, SHAESTAROT. So today I am coming to talk about ways to connect with your ancestors. I know that's all the hype lately, that people talk about the ancestors, connected with their ancestors, talk about how the ancestors don't play about them, all those funny things and even things that we chat about. But a lot of people I notice are having problems connecting with their ancestors or are trying to rush themselves to connect with their ancestors. Let's just start with this. Ancestors, it's not, your spiritual journey is not the same as everybody else's. Everyone's journey is different, even though there's similarities and in all our journeys in whichever way, but it's still everyone's different because everybody's life is different. Ways to really connect with your ancestors or how to find your ancestors is not actually easy. The people like me that talk about our ancestors all the time, it wasn't like it was just today and we just knew exactly what was going on or knew who our ancestors were. Not for everyone, at least. Ancestors are in their own kind of like time zone field of like the universe and everything, but they're still in the same time zone at the same time as the human universe to help us out. Different ways to find your ancestors. First, of course, the number one way would be to talk to family members. If you do talk to them, talk to family members. Dig through what I done. Definitely, I dug through family members' Facebooks. Definitely Facebooks is the easiest one to do that. Just looking through pictures and really just gathering pieces of just all types of family members, past and living. I have done that to be able to piece together to find actually a few of my ancestors that I talk to now. Like I said, asking questions of who was here before you were born, who's here even before your mother was born, all that type of stuff. Really just asking grandmas, grandmothers, elders in your family, who was here, before you got here. Because most likely, I'm pretty sure they're looking out for you, depending if your ancestors is also good and bad or bad. You'll realize you do not need to connect or contact all of your ancestors. Some ancestors are not good ancestors and want to look out for you depending on what has happened in the structure of your home. I have a few, or one I know that I don't like at all, and I don't want her watching over me point blank, period. I ask for the angels to protect me and that come over me to watch me point blank, period. So, don't think just because you find certain ancestors or whatever that they're good ancestors. Please get the background about these people. They're still, even though they're family, they are still essentially strangers. Get to really know them and what they did in life and hear what is from family and all this and that. Unless you dealt with a family member who did pass on that you actually didn't like. You do not have to call for them. You don't need to call for them. If you don't want them, you don't have to have them. Point blank, period. Another way I also found ancestors, or how you can find your ancestors, is by Googling. I Googled my full entire name before because I have a, even though my first name is now universal, my middle and my last is not that universal. I used my name, searched my family's names, obituaries on obituary websites. I have done that to really find family members that are passed on and things that were said about them, all this and that, really gather information. Another way you connect with your ancestors is as simple as prayer. Not everybody's ancestors will send you synchronicity numbers such as 333, 444, 555. Not all of you actually will get those. I learned that for myself from dealing with helping people out with their spiritual journey or helping them connect with their ancestors, that not everybody's ancestors are the same. Now mine sent me repeating numbers. They also sent me ringing in my ears and stuff like that, but that's just the relationship I have with them and what I have to really do in life. Now for some people ancestors are truly not active in too much of actually connecting and really saying something to you. As always, some are not as strong to be able to do that with their energy, especially if they've been kind of left alone for a long time, if that makes sense. The longer spirit dwells, the more energy you can pick up. Or if you don't really use your energy, anything like that, is like, even like, let's say you slept for days or something, you try to get up and do something, it's like that. So not all ancestors are very good at using their energy or their power just yet, depending on the rate they have going on and things they have going on in the heaven realm. Also, trust and know that your ancestors are always looking out over you. The ancestors that I end up meeting eventually that have already passed on before I was born end up contacting me anyways and leaving clues behind. The more you search, it's like the more your ancestors will leave clues for you. Also, your ancestors are, like I said, with you all along. So when you get things such as promotions, jobs, just a little help here and there, yes, it is God, but also God has sent him or your ancestors as their soldiers, and as your soldiers and as your team. So when you thank God, thank your ancestors as well for making things, they're paving the way to do things that are done. When you thank them, the more that you can receive and more you can work with them. More, you don't need to always sit here and kumbaya in front of a candle and stuff like that. Prayer just simply works. You will get your messages the way you get your messages. The messages you get from your ancestors will be just different depending on the person and who it is. Sometimes your ancestors will send you messages through someone else, stuff like that. There'll be certain weird messages where they're for you. Another way of connecting with your ancestors, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, is to continue doing your shadow work, doing your healing, all of that, because your ancestors, like I said, they help in very unique ways. Everyone's ancestors are different. Like I said, not every person's ancestor is as active as talking in your head, and sometimes that is your ancestors talking in your head as well. Another way that, and I don't know if it works for a lot of people, a weird way, I end up finding some ancestors, as I was looking for more ancestors, they will start to send you signs, like I said, in different ways. I found out about another ancestor of mine through meditation, seeing the imagery of who they are in their cast of their shadow and things like that. They will send you these messages to really, like I said, to connect with you. If you're looking for them, they're going to let you try to find them the best they can. So that's that. Also, of course, now let's say you just don't want to, for some reason, connect with any ancestors, or you just cannot find any, depending on the circumstances and all that, depending on maybe, if you had things in life such as being adopted and all that. Now, let's say if you just don't know nothing about your ancestors, that's fine too. Another way to really, there's always people looking over you. And this is where we also get your orishas or your spiritual guardians. These are the ones that look out for you. Now, if you can't find ancestors for some reason, point blank period, go for your orisha, go for your guide. They will also help you. They will call to you. And this is where, if you're trying to find a guide for yourself, you will have to go on that journey of researching, looking at books, joining groups, all types of things to really get that connection and find out who you are the daughter of the son of. So I'm telling you, you'll fall upon it and it'll really come. You have to remind yourself in due time. So if you can't find ancestors, you will find your guardian. Trust and believe. A few readings can also help you find a guardian, depending on the reader as well and what they offer. I have done it for some people that I have found their guardian and who's calling them. So, that has happened. If you call to them, they will come to you surely in due time as well. You just cannot rush it. Also, ancestors and your spiritual guardians or / orishas, they will come in due time. All of them will come in due time. You cannot rush them. They are right here, but you cannot rush them to reveal themselves until they feel like you are ready for that reveal. Well, that's pretty much all I got for right now to really find your ancestors. If I think of some other things or other stuff, or if you have some suggestions below, comment below. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if anybody's looking how to find their ancestors. It's the pretty simple, easy ways. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.